welcome to episode 2 of Bytor, a Skyrim Life Lived. If you didn't catch episode 1, I'll place a link in the description. So, just to recap, we're doing an immersive, realistic roleplay experience in Skyrim, a special edition on PC with a whole bunch of mods running, including I Need and Frostfall, which means I can starve to death or freeze to death, and I need to sleep and drink and pay attention to things like boiling my water, just to stay alive. So, we're also playing an Iron Man game, and if I die, this whole video series will be over. And we are role-playing everything, right down to how fast we move through the game world. There's no fast travel, and if I'm going a long ways, I'm probably going at walking speed. So, on day 2 of episode 1, we walked from Riverwood to Whiterun. This is Bytor's first morning in Whiterun after spending the night at the local inn. We're totally broke at the moment, but we have a quest to go back to Riverwood and get the Dragon Stone from Bleak Falls Barrow and return it to the Jarl's, I guess, court wizard. But first, Bytor is going to spend some time in Whiterun, just checking the place out, talking to people, and we do have one quest to give some frost salts to a shop owner down here that runs this alchemy shop. So that's where Bytor's headed right now.
Watch what you're doing.
And unfortunately, she's closed right now, so we're going to spend some time in the market area here, kill some time until Arcadia opens up her shop.
Ireland is the finest blacksmith in Skyrim, and that's not just a wife's boasting.
Owning a farm.
I can't stand those braggart battleborns. They think they're the god's gift to Whiterun. I can tell you're new around here asking a question like that. My husband Eorland tends the Skyforge up at Jorvaskr, the Companion's Mead Hall. Oh, there's no finer smith in the Nine Holds. You should ask him about his work. It's the only subject that'll get him talking. Well, that and maybe those stuck-up, dung-sniffing battleborns. Don't even get me started on that lot. Huh, they put on airs like there's something special. Oh, sure, they've got money, but they ain't got a shred of honor between them. Grey Mane. Huh, now that's a name fills you with pride. We've got roots in Whiterun. We've got history. You take care of yourself now.
Fresh baked loaves, still warm from the oven.
Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the bannered mare from Hulda. Before my ma and Da passed, I told them that one day, I'd become the best trader in Skyrim. I met one of the caravan leaders, Madran. He said he'd help me get started if I could bring him a mammoth's tusk. Easier said than done. You'd do that? If you find one, I could teach you a thing or two about trading. Help you get a fair bargain in the future? Yeah, these Khajiit make a living traveling the roads and selling their wares. It's got to be tough. Skyrim's a hard enough land when you've got a roof over your head. Worst thing is, nobody wants them in the cities. Nobody trusts them. Matter of fact, I do. They've been fair enough with me, far as I can tell. And Denord knows a liar when she sees one. About the same as everyone else. They're the catfolk of Elsewhere. Great warriors, good traders. Way I hear it, Elsewhere ain't nothing like Skyrim. It's got tropical forests and dusty badlands. It sounds awful. Farewell.
Chops and steaks fit for
Well,
your...
do you ever deal with the Khajiit at all? I'm sure they would love to trade in your husband's
Fresh
steel.
baked loaves,
Plenty
still
of
warm
people
from
here
the
that
oven.
need Jorland's craftsmanship, my dear. We've never had any reason to deal with those caravans of theirs.
The finest
Yeah,
cuts.
looks like she's opened her shop now.
Got a pretty full stock of potions and alchemy reagents. Pardon me, but do I detect a case of the rattles? I've got something for that. Ah, splendid, splendid. It's for a special brew I'm working on. A love elixir like none other. Maybe I'll test it on Farengar first. Oh, but I suppose you expect some compensation. Here. These potions should suffice. As long as you clean up. You know how to use it, right? Mix a couple of ingredients together, see what happens. A little wheat and blisterwort makes a healing potion, if you didn't know. We have plenty of ingredients for sale, too. Of a sort. I don't have formal training in the restoration school, but something just as good. Within these walls, I have all that I need to brew a potion for nearly any ailment. If I had a septum for every case of rock joint or whitbane I've cured since I opened this shop, I'd be a rich woman indeed. Why? Because I'm a proud citizen of the Empire? Because the Stormcloaks only want Nords in Skyrim? The Stormcloaks can rot in oblivion for all I care. I've lived in this city for 20 years. 20! Ah, so you're an alchemist then?
As mentioned in episode 1, Bytor does not like magic, he doesn't like enchanted items, and he doesn't trust most magic users. However, those beliefs are informed by superstition, so as a result of that superstition we can afford him some inconsistencies, chief among them being that he is totally cool with most potions. The only kinds of potions that he doesn't like are potions that make you a better spellcaster or a more powerful magic user.
Be careful out there.
Like magic regen potions or this potion of illusion that we just sold back to Arcadia. If he picks them up, he has no use for them and he will try to get rid of them. Generally he won't pick them up, he'll skip them. Now, Bytor spent some time in the wilds learning how to identify certain plants and their effects and mix them together to create potions, so he's basically an apprentice level alchemist and he is interested in alchemy in general.
Good to see you. What do you need, my friend? So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
We created a couple of neat poisons here that damage magic regen. This one that restores stamina we're going to sell. And yeah, we have a little bit of gold now. Over 100 gold.
You'll find tonics?
Nothing of our struggles, our suffering.
Mister, could you spare a coin?
Bytor doesn't
My
like
son,
beggars.
What of Thorold? Is he nothing? So don't talk to me about suffering.
Your son chose his side and he chose poorly, and now he's gone. Such is the way of war. The sooner you accept his loss, the better.
I will never accept his death. My son still lives. I feel it in my heart. So tell me, Battleborns, where is he? Where are you holding my Thorold? I'm sure
Do you believe this old one? Holding him? Why, I've got him in my cellar. He's my prisoner. Face it, coward. Your stupid son is dead. He died a storm-cloaked traitor. And you best keep your mouth shut before you suffer the same.
Had enough of fish and
Come on,
fowl?
Father. There's nothing more to be said here.
For a choice cut of steak or a tender rack of ribs.
All I can think about is my son, my Thorold. They say that he was killed, but I know better. I know my son is alive. Those Battleborn, they're in with the Imperials. They know it too, and yet they lie to my very face. It's not wise to discuss it here. Please, if you truly wish to help, meet me at my home. I'll tell you the whole story.
Bytor has developed pretty strong Stormcloak tendencies already, and so he's keen to side with the Greymanes in this feud.
Chops and steaks fit for a Jarl. Come and see my selection of the finest quality meats.
Ripe fruit and vegetables for sale.
Finest cuts, fresh from the wilds.
Life's hard enough with all these men propositioning me. But that bard is the worst.
Treat yourself and your kin to a choice cut of steak or a tender rack of ribs.
You've got no idea. Half the men in Whiterun have proposed to me. Some were even single. They'll never understand. No amount of flowers or honeyed words are going to change my mind. Right now, all that matters is my daughter Mila. No man's going to get between me and my little girl. That bard Mikhail is begging for a dagger up against his throat, the way he goes on about me. I heard him boasting at the Bannered Mare, saying he'll conquer me as a true Nord conquers any harsh beast. Huh.
As you say.
If you want to try, go right ahead. I don't think anything will get through that thick skull of his, though. Take a look.
If we run into Mikhail, we'll have a talking to with him, but we're not going to go hunting for him just yet. Nor are we going to stick around to talk to any Greymanes, because Bytor did accept a quest to head to Bleak Falls Barrow up by Riverwood on behalf of the Jarl to retrieve the Dragonstone. And that particular quest carries with it the promise of some pretty good rewards. And he did say he'd make post-haste, so
Remember, fresh fruit and
he wants to get
vegetables
back to
every day.
Riverwood before nightfall if possible, and the rest of the time he's going to spend in Whiterun just stocking up for the journey.
This meat
Fruit
won't
and
do
fresh
at all.
vegetables for
Too much
sale.
fat. It smells wrong.
Suit yourself then. The woods are that way, outside the walls. Walk straight ahead. Can't miss them. Good luck on your hunt.
Good day.
Fresh baked loaves, still warm.
Finest cuts, fresh from the wilds. Oh yes, hunting is my great passion. That's why my brother and I opened a shop to sell hunting supplies. It's the Drunken Huntsman, down by the main gate. He tends the store, and I've got this stall. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. Good hunting.
For sale.
Tired of printing stuff.
Welcome to Bellathor's General Goods. Welcome indeed. Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second. Interesting, to say the least. What with all that's been going on. On the one hand, supplies are harder to come by since fewer traders are traveling the roads these days. But on the other, the scarcity of supplies has led to some, well, elevated prices. All that matters is that I have what you need, and it's worth every septum. Isn't it obvious? Why, the wonderful weather and hospitable people, of course. Not to mention my great fondness for dragons and petty political power struggles. But without a doubt, the most compelling feature of this frozen wasteland is the volley of inane questions leveled at me on a regular basis. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Everything we want and need is just a little bit too expensive right now.
Do come back.
Bytor is interested in selling this Imperial armor. Since he has no sympathy for the Imperials, he's not going to start wearing it. But I wanted to take a look at it real quick because this model is actually from a
I'd
mod.
even buy one of your relatives if you're
And
looking
it
to
looks
sell.
pretty cool. I guess the Imperial Outfits mod.
Yeah, that's a little joke. You just let me know what you need. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. Remember, I'll give you the best deals or die.
This is an interesting cookbook. I'm just going to flip through it real quick here. So, Bytor is interested in cooking, of course. He has to cook sometimes to survive out in the wilds, as he has done.
Hey, trying.
And like with most books, if you want to just slow down the playback or pause it on a page, I'll flip through them too quick to actually read. But I presume if you want to read them, you can.
Take pity, sir, and spare me a few septim.
Tired of bread and stew? Had enough of fish and fowl? Treat yourself and your kin to a choice cut of steak or a tender rack of ribs.
Ripe fruit and fresh vegetables for sale?
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside. Aye, that I do. I've got to, if I hope to be as good as Yorland Greymane someday. In fact, I just finished my best piece of work. It's a sword. I made it for the Jarl, Balgroof the Greater. It's a surprise. I don't even know if he'll accept it, but... Listen, could you take the sword to my father, Proventus Avenici? He's the Jarl's steward. He'll know the right time to present it to him.
Bytor's not really interested in being a courier
Very
right
well.
now, especially since he's not headed back that direction. But he is interested in working.
Yes, actually. How about you smith me an iron dagger? Here's everything you need to make one. Go ahead. Don't
Bytor
forget to check inside the
learned how
shop
to
if
do
you
some
need
basic
anything.
smithing when he was a prisoner of war after the Great War, being held by the Thalmor. They had him work in a forge, equipping their soldiers.
Not too shabby. Apprentice level work, but solid. Keep at it. I help my father in more. Not bad, but it's a little dull. How about you sharpen it up? Just need a bit of metal and the grindstone over there. Thanks for the business. You think all the counts... I'm waiting. This looks good. You put time into your blades, they'll serve you well when you need them. You want to keep helping? How about you make some armor? Let's start by tanning some leather on the rack. I'll take my leave then. Got some... Ah, good. A lot of weapons and armor need leather for straps fitting. That kind of thing. Let's see if you can make a hide helmet. Here's the rest of what you need. All right, then. Yes? I should hire you to be my assistant at this rate. Let's improve the fit. Take this leather to the workbench over there. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything. Have you met my father? He's a steward up at Dragon's Reach. I help my father in more ways than people. You have talent. Keep working at your craft and you'll be a fine smith one day. Why don't you keep that dagger and helmet? Maybe you will remember me when you're making Skyforge steel, huh? Looking to protect yourself, or deal some damage?
Bytor was only interested in getting paid for his work, so he is going to, instead of keeping the helmet and dagger, he's going to take payment instead.
Thanks for the business.
Now, Bytor is going to craft some items for himself, using the hides that he's harvested. He's going to make himself a backpack and a cloak. This backpack is important for the increased carrying capacity. And here we've got our new cloak and backpack that we're wearing. Bytor's interested in checking out this shop here. So this is the Drunken Huntsman, which is the store that he was just talking to that street vendor about.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions. Ah, hello, my Nord friend. In the market for some hunting supplies? Yes, I hear that question often. My brother Honorius and I came up with it one night after consuming rather too much mead. After our drinks, we went out for a moonlight hunt. We got separated, and in his drunken state, my brother mistook me for a deer. He shot an arrow that pierced my, well, rump. After such a memorable adventure, we knew we had the name for our shop. Take a look.
Bytor is really low on arrows. He's only got a few, and they're only iron, so we're gonna buy some steel arrows. These can be a lifesaver. They're also very expensive, as you can see. It's gonna be 72 bronze septims. I know I keep calling it gold, but we've got this mod installed that
Thank you very much for your
changes the
business.
denominations and adds bronze and silver. Alright. That about does it. He's got everything he needs, and he's ready to set off to Riverwood. So as soon as we get past the gates here, we're going to be on a walking adventure from Whiterun to Riverwood at walking speed the whole way. And I will provide a link. There'll be a link in the description if you want to skip this whole section.
You should talk to the steward up in the keep if you're interested.
help you?
Welcome. I'm the owner and proprietor of Hunting Brew Meadery. Hunting Brew uses only the finest natural honey, not that sludge you'll find at Golden Glow Estate. Take a look. All right, then.
Okay, we're back at Riverwood. As you can see, there's some Whiterun guards here now that the Jarl sent. And it is nighttime, and it is foggy. I don't think it's completely nighttime yet, it looks really dark because it's so foggy. But it is dusky out. First thing Bytor is going to do is stop by this local inn.
Orgnar, are you listening?
Hard not to.
The ale is going bad. We need to get a new batch. Did you hear me?
Yep, ale's going bad.
I guess you don't have potatoes in your ears after all. Just make sure we get a fresh batch in soon.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything. Or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over. We got rooms and food. Drink, too. I cook. Ain't much else to tell. There have been whispers. A boy up in Windhelm, name of Aventus Aretino, been trying to contact the Dark Brotherhood. Lucan at the Riverwood trader had his store broken into the other night. Oddly enough, barely anything's been stolen. Word is, Ulfric's Stormcloak escaped from the Imperials. War's only gonna get worse now. They say a dragon attacked Helgen. Sounds like hogwash to me. Take a look. Until next time.
This guy doesn't mind if I join him.
Did I see you talking to Sven? Maybe not. Maybe... Never mind. But I would stay away from him if I were you.
He's a bard, so he says. Occasionally, he finds time to do his job here at the mill. Thinks his ballads and sonnets are going to convince Camilla Valerius to marry him. As if she would say yes. An intelligent, beautiful woman like her wouldn't fall for that nonsense. I hope. I don't need your jokes right now. But maybe you have a point. Maybe Camilla needs some help seeing Sven for what he is. Could you give her this letter and say it's from Sven? I think I've matched that Nord's lack of cleverness perfectly. Farewell.
Bytor doesn't like that guy, and he didn't like that conversation, and he wouldn't have sat down next to him if he had seen that this was an elf that he was sitting down next to. He doesn't like elves. He doesn't like high elves especially, but he can't really distinguish between high elves and wood elves. But he kind of tolerates dark elves.
We got rooms and food. Drink, too. I cook. Need a room? Talk to Delphine. Of course.
But it's hard on family. A hard truth, that's
Until next time.
Let's take a look at this forged letter. That's pretty pathetic. Obviously, the only right thing to do is to tell this bard dude what's going on.
Faendal thinks he can woo Camilla Valerius away from me. She's already mine, I keep telling him. What is this? The elf playing at treachery? Shocking. As if
Bytor
I
likes
would
this
write
guy.
this dribble. How about we play a bit of a turnabout with Faendal? Here, I had to use simple words, but this letter should convince Camilla it's from him.
Seems like a fair comeuppance, right? Not
Bard's
hypocritical
College in
at all.
Solitude. They train bards and skalds like myself. If you go there, talk to Viarmo. He's the headmaster. I'd better get going.
Okay, we're not going to go find this girl yet. Maybe tomorrow. But let's read this fake letter, this new fake letter. Harsh. Alright, so now we need a room for the night.
I'll have some meat.
Coming right up.
You're that visitor been poking around. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. They say a dragon attacked Helgen. Sounds like hogwash to me. Word is Ulfric Stormcloak escaped from the Imperials. War's
Okay, the
only
game
going to
doesn't
get
actually
worse.
do any kind of a job showing you where the room is that you rented, but it is this room here. And that does it for episode 2. I know this is a short episode, much shorter, actually about half the length of episode 1, but I promise you episode 3 is longer than either of them, and also the best yet. Actually, episode 3 is fantastic. You're going to love it. So I'll see you when Bytor wakes up.